There is no doubt that certain legal tax loopholes are influencing the financial behavior of millions of Americans. Congress provides massive tax cuts for the small business owner because he or she, the small business owner, employs over 60% of the American workforce. Fortunately, a one-person startup gets the same tax benefits as a small business with 10 employees or a business with 80 employees. The tax laws apply to everyone. I cannot share personal information of tax clients, so let's pretend. My client comes to me and says, I'm restoring this old Chevy Corvette, and the used parts are costing me a fortune. What would happen if I started buying and selling used auto parts around the world on eBay? Let's pretend that I said, where will you keep the car parts in between purchase and selling? He said, I don't have money for a warehouse, but I do have a large backyard. He set up old cars in his very, very large backyard and hired Frisco, the family German Shepherd, to protect the backyard. My question to you is, would Frisco's food and training to become an attack dog and a guard dog be tax deductible? Oh, Frisco almost didn't pass the training course to become an attack dog because he wouldn't stop eating the meat the thief gave him in order to gain entrance into the backyard. But finally, Frisco understood and refrained from eating food that was not given to him by a family member. The answer is yes. All costs associated with Frisco's training and upkeep, including his health care bills, are legally tax deductible. Okay, before we get into the Iraqi news and the USD IQD exchange rate, I want to share this information with you about virtual currency. I now understand why Bitcoin could easily become the currency of the future, even with all the odds against it. Bitcoin is the people's choice. It is not the choice of the U.S. government, and it may not be your choice either. However, I strongly suggest that you research the subject. Bitcoin ties the world together and in a way that is independent for each of you. Look, I could say more, but I won't. I'm an independent contractor with the Department of Treasury, and I don't want to become a person of interest. Do yourself a favor and think about investing $20 to $50 in Bitcoin. After a while, you'll understand more about what to do next. Never, ever invest more than you can afford to lose. And report your profits on your tax return. It's not worth it to be investigated for tax fraud. Yes, I know. When you set up your Bitcoin account, the platforms, they don't ask you for your social security number. However, they do ask you for your legal ID, which has your legal name on it. On that same note, become more aware of this new tidal wave of contactless payments. Small companies that make this technique possible are growing like leaves on a tree and fast becoming viral. Very few people are saying anything about the way the world is going. But in case you haven't noticed, it's going digital. Over the weekend, OPEC and its allies reached a deal to cut oil production through July. Iraq was involved and did agree to cut the oil production in Iraq. However, Iraq is going through some really serious financial situations here. And I'm sure that they did not want to cut oil production. They need to sell as much oil as they possibly can. However, they belong to one of the powers that be, and that being OPEC, and they are responsible for upholding their end of the bargain. Okay, on yesterday, the Forex market on the USD IQD exchange rate changed at 1190.9. It went down from a high of 1191.4. And based upon the economics in Iraq today, this is pretty much what we could expect. Let's hope for better real soon.